We will just take 5 to 10 more minutes. Our students are getting ready for the hands-on experience, so they are switching on the laptop and everything. We will
Oh,
soonly start the session.
sure, ma'am, sure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Uh, Please let me, make me co-host so that I can share my screen.
Sure. 1 minute.
आप लोगों को यहाँ से थोड़ा ना म्यूट करके रखना यार, इको आएगी सर। इसमें लॉगिन किया आपने? ना, हाँ इसमें मत करना। आप ना नीचे ही लॉगिन करना, म्यूट रखना। ये तो इको आएगी। Hurry up, open your laptops. Join the meeting that shared.
Sagar sir, can you just check whether you are getting the share icon or not?
Moment.
Yes, sir, we can see the screen.
Okay, great. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Your daddy. You can go.
Good afternoon, sir. Can we proceed?
Yes, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome to all present here. We are delighted to have you join us today at Amity University, Haryana, a proud institution of the prestigious Amity Education Group. Amity University, Haryana is among the top universities in India and only the institution in the country and the second in Asia to receive the LEED USA Platinum certification. With a strong focus on multidisciplinary learning and global standards of education, the university offers UCG recognized undergraduate, postgraduate, and doctorate program across diverse academic fields. And today, continuing this proud tradition of learning and excellence, we welcome you all to a 2-hour workshop on hands-on workshop on CMIE and Prowess Data Insights by Mr. Sagar Chaudhary. This session successfully bridged the gap between theoretical concepts and the real world data applications. Through this workshop, participants gain practical exposures to navigating CMIE database, especially Prowess, and learn how to extract, interpret, and analyze firm level and macroeconomic data. We are truly honored to have with us a very special guest and speaker, Mr. Sagar Chaudhary, Senior Manager at CMIE, Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, a consultative sales and marketing professional with over 6 years of experience working with premier educational and research institutions across North India and the Delhi NCR region, specialized in the information and industry with a proven track record of promoting CMIE's data solutions. Skilled in building strategic relationship, understanding institutional research requirements, and delivering customized data-driven solutions that empower academic research. So, we are privileged to have you with us today, and we are eagerly looking forward to your insights and guidance. Now, the stage is yours, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Uh, Please let me know if my screen is visible to all of you. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, once again. Please bear with my voice. I'm not feeling well today since 2 days. I have short PPT for you guys covering all economic outlook database and Prowess database, which is subscribed by MIT University Manasar. So I'll be highlighting some of the key points, relevant informations on Economic Outlook, and will directly take you to the actual service of Economic Outlook and proceed to Prowess database. So first 20-25 minutes I'll be sparing on Economic Outlook, and the rest will continue on Prowess database, which is financial company performance data, and will walk you through the database, the different modules in the Prowess database, the other how we can download the data, how we can extract the data, what are the other parameters we can look up to the data to do the analysis, project assignments using Economic and Prowess database. As you all know, CMI is a center for monitoring Indian economy. We established in the year 1976, and this year we have completed 50 years of anniversary. CMI provides you with a gap filler of Indian statistical systems. We provide data on insightful of Indian economy, farms of India, and as well as the insightful of well-being of household in India. The data we captures from the official source of Indian economy is we created one database called the flagship product of CMI, which is Economic Outlook, which will tells you about the past, present, and future of Indian economy. And in other way, we can also take you to understand the external business environment of India across sector, which is Economic Outlook. We have States of India database, which offers states and district level informations comparing to Indian economy. We have Trade DX. Talking about the farm level of industry data, we have Prowess, which covers approximately 112,000 companies data, which is Indian company informations. Prowess DS is a data extraction, and CapEx, which is to understand the flow of investment in India, what kind of investment is happening in India, like new capital expenditures, the project installed, announcement of any project in different districts, states, and region wise. And we also have data on industry, which provides you clean picture of 209 industry at one place. We give you overview in forecast the market shares of the industry depending on the company, and relevant information on listed, unlisted as aggregate number. The well-being of household, which is world largest panel survey data, which is a kind of data extraction tools which helps in terms of marketing. All of the corporate sector and the academia researcher are the user of this database, which is quite relevant. Started on January 2014 onward. So we have Consumer Pyramid Household Survey, which is a survey which has never stopped a single day. So we provide you data on continuous survey data starting from January 2014 till today, which cover data on their personal demographic profiles of Indian household, their aspirationals, their assets, their sources of borrowing, the purpose of borrowing, their income pattern, and their expenditure pattern of Indian household. And last, we have beliefs and behavior. So going forward, when I talk about the Indian economy data, these are the official source where we collect the data to fulfill the Indian economy as Economic Outlook database. So if you look at this Minister of as MOSPI and RBI data, if someone just visit this website, try to download this data, you'll see how the challenging is to collect the data from the official agency. So we CMI provide you such a way in such a manner that you can download the data in is just a click of button with your desired output. So all these are the official source which is available in the Economic Outlook database. Apart from this, we provide you the proprietary database also. Proprietary database, it says like when you talk about Economic Outlook, this is the URL economicoutlook.cmi.com. So I believe all of you have have registered yourself to CMI website. So once if you have created your login credentials, the same login credential can be accessed for both the database, Economic Outlook also. So as I told before, that Economic Outlook is a service which keep you up to date on the external business environment of India with copious reliable data with incisive independent analysis. So we are the largest producer, fast frequency producer of analysis, in-depth analysis in economic outlook. On a daily basis, we provide almost 5 to 6 analysis. So on a month, you'll get 40 to 45 analysis on different chapters. Now, what are the chapters? I'll just talk in the upcoming slide. We provide forecast of every quarter and 5 year and 8 quarter forecasting we used to provide and we provide you regular alerts also. Talking about the coverage of Indian economy, economic outlook. So we have macroeconomic performance, we have sectorial performance of Indian economy, we have business of all Indian economy and socio-economic impact in Indian economy. Apart from this, we provide data collected from the all official source and as well as the proprietary data sets. Talking about the proprietary database, we have corporate sector, we have capital market, which comes from the BSE NSE as capital market, taken care by the Prowess database. So all corporate sector data, capital market data covers from Prowess database. Investment comes from CAPEX database. Consumer sentiment, population demography, employment comes from CPHS, which is Consumer Pyramid Household Survey. Talking about the industry, comes from Industry Outlook database. So we not only provide you the data officially, we also provide you the proprietary database, which is on our database, in-house production database, which release on fast frequency, monitor the Indian economy. We provide you GST e-bill which is a proxy indicator to find out how Indian economy is moving ahead. Detailed agricultural data we covered on. We used to write analysis. We have data, which is quite interesting to look after the monsoon and pre-monsoon season of the Indian economy. We have financial market data. We have corporate sector performance, all RBI survey data. So we provide you the documents, which is you can say it's an online virtual library, which contain almost 80,000 source documents. So most researcher faculty who are doing some research, you'll be finding this document will be very useful. We provide analysis. Analysis is used by all CFO, CXO of all top institutions, all corporate sector. And I'll recommend all these students to must have go through with at least one analysis per day released on Economic Outlook database. We have all kind of news archive of news link of all these 20 chapters released on Indian economy. We provide you one very interesting features, which is Excel add-in facility. Most of the researcher and faculty is finding these tools is very important, very useful, even in terms of student also. Just refreshing the Excel button, you can download, you can fetch the data without logging to Economic Outlook database. So, which has Excel add-in facility. So it's an ideal database to understand the external business environment of India. So this was Economic Outlook. Now let me take you to the actual database of Economic Outlook. So the URL for the Economic Outlook database is economicoutlook.cmi.com. So as you are in the college campus, you don't have to do your login because you'll find here as IP-based user login. So you can directly access the data without logging to Economic Outlook database. So once you log in, before that, if you can just see this picture, the home page of Economic Outlook, which says that's all banker, investors, CFO, CXOs, CEO, researcher, faculty, media, and government are the already users. They are using this database very intensively. So once you log in, this is the actual interface which appears when you log in or when you're logging in the IP range if you're in the college campus area. So during the campus area, you can directly access the data by visiting the economicoutlook.cmi.com. So Economic Outlook provides you one we provide you analysis, which is released on all 20 chapters. So on the middle screen, you'll get the all analysis on archive of each chapters released on a daily basis. Like from 1st of February, we have released GFD, which was the impact of union budget discussion. So likewise, and we have tiding information, we have statistics, which give you all statistical data, official data from the official source. We provide the forecast, and the last one is the documents, which I was talking about, the online library, virtual library of documents, where you can collect all informations as in a PDF format. In the ribbon bar, you can see this announcement. Any new thing, any new announcement release on economic outlook, we get updates on announcement section. Like recently, we have added wage data sets, which is wage rate, using the CPHS database in economic outlook database. Previously, it was only the Excel Latin data which fetched the data officially, but from January onward, you can fetch the data using Excel, which is forecast data also. So upcoming forecast data can also be fetched using the Excel Latin. So we have provided one section called newsletter, which is very important and very useful tools. On a daily basis, updates on 7 p.m. every day, we provide you a news of all 20 chapter at one place. So this will give you what is happening on Indian economy today. So these are the news for all 20 chapters related to national account, inflations, banking, corporate sector, infrastructure, population, employment, tourism, crime, any sectors. So all gets update at one place. So this appears on a daily basis. So it's a quite summary of the report which is available, and you can have a news link also. So all official links has been taken care of. So when you click this, you'll get the actual news, what is released on the article or the newspaper. Next is we have release calendar. What is will be happening in the coming days, which data release on which particular date. Basically, it helps the users to have their access when the data is going to be released. Like I was talking about February, you can go to the March section and say go. So this will give you data on March, on which date the particular data going to be released and get update in the economic outlook database. So which will help you in the release calendar section. Very importantly, we have a dashboard section which call about the market and economy using this 12 charts. So if I'll just click on market charts, this will appear as 12. That's called quick overview of Indian economy by looking at this 12 charts. So what is Nifty 50 index going on? What is FII and mutual fund investment in past days? So it's a daily basis, weekly basis, and monthly basis of quick analysis dashboard, how Nifty 50 future index, US dollar, euro, forward. So all these 12 charts. Now, if you compute these charts to tabulation, you just have to click this tabulation portion. So charts converted to number, number converted to charts. By looking at these charts or tabulations for market, both as well as economy, a user can write on a weekly basis some analysis looking at these charts. Most of the institutions gave their assignment using this dashboard to write some analysis on 200 word or 300 words, just to have the clear pictures what is happening on Indian economy on a weekly basis or monthly basis. So same goes for economy also. Economy also has 12 charts. What is agriculture GAV growth, investment ratios, corporate profit margin, and same convert to tabulations. Next is a favorite section. We have data alert facility, which I'll show you in the statistical part. Next is the analysis and alert. So I'll recommend all users must log into this section, economic outlook, visit this favorite section, click on analysis and alert, and click on select your specific analysis in which area you're looking for, you can keep on reading this analysis. Whenever this analysis from agricultural, for energy, from investment, from consumer sentiment or capital market, the analysis release on economic outlook, you'll get a notification link that this analysis has been released. So you'll have a pop-up in the Excel. We also provide you app facility, which is Android and iOS both, which says is the India Economic Outlook app. So once if you are downloaded and if you are logged in with your login credential, it will give you full access of all analysis release on economic outlook to news informations which comes from the tiding. So if I say tiding on public finance sector or say inflation, and I'll get all kind of inflation news at one place. So what is happening on gold, silver price crashes. So all kind of news. If I'll just scroll down, I have the archive of news articles. I can go back in the past and I can see what was happening, what happened last year in January, same date. So you can cross verify what is the rate of the inflation. So news and analysis will give you the archive of news article links and as well as the analysis link portions. So application will also help you in doing this analysis, tiding information, some kind of all statistics portion and forecast section also. Next is the extract data, which I'll show you how we can use Excel add-in if it's required. If not, we can have this in this second session where I'll teach you how we can add Excel add-in facility to fetch the data. And we also have search bar options. If you're looking for some data, you're not finding it, you can directly come here and you can search for the indicator and you can go back to the statistics portion. And last support is have the C clarification option where you can directly connect to an analyst team of economic outlook for a relevant kind of informations like any difficulties in finding the indicator in the economic outlook or the data presented in economic outlook, or in case of article miserror, you can write to the analyst team and they can sort accordingly. So now I'm coming back to analysis portion. If I'll just click on monthly review. So economic outlook release on a daily basis. Second, we release monthly review also on what is happening on financial market performance, which is released on 5th of every month. What is happening on macroeconomic performance, which is released on 12th of every month, and sectorial performance, which is released on 22nd of every month. So this is fixed date, that 5th, 12th, and 22nd, the data is released. So when you visit this section, so this will give you all kind of financial performance data, financial market data, what was happened on the stock market for the particular month. Similarly, if you click on any of this section called agricultural, so you'll get all agriculture related analysis in your home screen. So you can choose your analysis or your chapter accordingly for your study, for your research, for your studying. Similarly, if you this is almost, you can say 200 to 600 words of analysis, which is short analysis, jargon free analysis. We speak what the data says. In every every analysis, we provide you the first header is the important line. What is the data is speaking all about. And when you scroll down, you'll have the reference link also, and with they have tabulations from where the data has been taken to write this analysis. Similarly, talking about the tiding, which is same. So if I click on any of this, suppose investment, I'll get all investment related information, news at one place. So on the budget date, that 7 high-speed rail projects corridor has been announced. So this was the news reference link and the snapshot of this, the summary. Now coming to statistics portions, very first we have summary indicator. Now summary indicator is very unique and very interesting to look after it because we can create some correlation between of different chapters. So all this chapter starting from national account to crime is a fast frequency of indicator which is kept in the summary indicator. So when I click on summary indicator, I can have tabulations, summary indicator plus the frequency on quarterly performance on year on year. So I can compare with two industry like what is happening on GDP as compared to rural market sentiment. So if I'll just look at this national income, gross domestic product, these are the all official source from where the data has been taken. Now, if this is the number, I'll just have a right click and say line chart. And if I minimize this and what is happening on agricultural sector, I can minimize, I can keep on adding the number like what is happening on industry, minimize, I can see what is happening on service sector. So these are the correlation between how the industry is performing during the COVID, post-COVID, and the going on, the syncing each other. Now, if you want to download the summary indicator, we can directly click on this download as Excel. So this will give you data from March 2020 to 25. If you want some more larger data sets like historical data beyond 2020, you can click this download as data, which give you data from 1950 onward. So almost 50, 60 years economic data will be available at the screen. Similarly, if I look at the infrastructure and say roadway, I can have motor vehicle registrations on female. So all kind of data is presented in Economic Outlook database. I'll not go in much detail. Next is the forecast section, where we'll provide all kind of forecast for 5 year and 8 quarter ahead of related to GDP, inflation. So these are the 9 indicators, 9 specific chapters which the forecast is released. So red is the forecast and black is the official source number which is released by the central government. And last we have document which give you official source like national account, I can survey of professional forecaster or any. If I'll just click this, I can have the PDF for quarter wise. Any questions? Any questions from the economic outlook, or I can move to Prowess database? So I just thought to take you through 20-25 minutes on economic outlook database. Anyone having any questions?
सागर जी
Yes, Rajesh sir.
इसकी वीडियो भी भेज दीजिएगा प्लीज बना के ना जब जो आपकी पूरा रिकॉर्डेड वीडियो हो रही है ना इसके
रिकॉर्डिंग आई थिंक जो होस्ट है शायद उनके सिस्टम पे हो रहा होगा, क्लाउड में हो रहा है रिकॉर्डिंग।
अच्छा तो आपके पास भी हो रहा होगा क्या?
नहीं, मेरे पास तो नहीं हो रहा, जो
अच्छा,
होस्ट
ठीक
है उनके पास हो रहा है।
ठीक है, मैडम के पास हो रहा होगा फिर तो ठीक है।
हाँ हाँ, नो प्रॉब्लम सर।
ओके ओके
We can have the similar sessions in coming days also. I have just taken some snap of economic outlook. I have leave the Excel edit facility, which I'll do it in the second session. So I'll request everyone to just go through to economic outlook database, look at the analysis, tidying statistics, what kind of data is available, how the data is presented. So go and walk through the economic outlook database, come back if you find any problem, difficulties, queries, so we can resolve in the second session. So now coming to my second part, which is Prowess database. Now Prowess is something which give you data on corporate sector performance, which is a largest queryable database of company to help you find those company which meet your requirement by harnessing standardized audited financial statement, fully owned ratios, easy to use and powerful query tools also. So Prowess can be used in three different ways. One, if you know the company, you can directly go to report viewer section. You can search for the company and you can dig the entire 100 plus tabulations of the company. Second, we can use Excel add-in facility using Prowess to fetch the company data. Third is the you can say most advanced one where we can use the some functions to extract the data from set of company, finding some industry sector to look after the top 10 performer or the peer competitor in the market using the query builder section. So I'll just walk you through what is Prowess web content coverage all about. So Prowess on web is India's largest corporate database. Prowess currently covered 112,000 company data, out of which 5,827 companies listed under BSE NSE market. And we have very large number of data sets of unlisted company, which represent 106,000 company data. Talking about the corporate tax collection of Prowess company is contributing 77% to corporate tax collection, and GVA of manufacturing industry is contributing 90%. So almost 85% of India's GDP company are in Prowess. Prowess is a database performance of listed as well as unlisted company data, which give you data of performance of stock market performance presented on web, which is interface. So before it was Prowess IQ, now it's in Prowess on web, which is very interesting. You can use this Prowess database in your tablet, in your mobile phone, in your smartphone, in any operating system. Even the Mac user is also able to use Prowess database from now onward. Prowess is very used by the academia, corporate consultants, banks, buy side, sell side, chartered accountant, government, and policymaker are the user of this database. Now, how it is useful for student as well as faculty? If you're looking the peer competition monitoring of peer analysis, which is ready to use, customization can be used by the student. Company performance comparison with industry benchmark, which I'll be covering today. Identify the company manufacturing product, which I'll be covering today on product detail, product manufactured by the company, financial analysis, portfolio analysis, stock market investment analysis. So these are the major headers, which is useful for the student, and for the faculty, they can assign some projects. Like recently, you have got some assignment on CSR and sustainability reports. So we'll be discussing on taking few industry, few sector to find out the company performance. So as just talked before, like any window operating system can be used. So Prowess has two types of company. One is listed company. Second is the unlisted company, which has 106,000 company and the rest are listed. So Prowess also have one additional company, which is additional 50,000 company, which got added 2 years back in Prowess using AOC 4 document submitted by companies at MCA. So AOC 4 document and MDT 7 form is such a form that where we get headlines of 110 financial indicator using the profit and loss and balance sheet account. And rest 56,000 company, we have all full coverage of 3,000 plus data fill indicator. So this is a quick view of how companies presented in Prowess database. Prowess is one powerful features which give you query results today for all kind of stock market performance, stock investment, portfolio investment analysis can be used directly to the section called query results today, which I'll show you in the actual database. I was talking about the report viewer section, which is easy to use and easy to download. With just one click, you can download any report available from the company annual report, which is directly presented for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, customization of any observations. With just one click, you can form the numbers to bar chart or line chart. Can also be converted to technical charts also for all listed company. So this can be done through report viewer section. Same goes for this was technical charts, which I'll show you how it is relevant while using this for doing some project assignment, and customization tools for company cooperative analysis. So this is all about Prowess, which give you, seamless integration for the Excel add-in also. So economic outlook is different using Excel add-in, and Prowess is different using Excel add-in. So we have two kind of Excel add-in features which helps on economic outlook also to fetching the data, and same goes for Prowess database also, which is very easy and very useful tools to fetch the data directly. So this is the data how it's look like in the Excel add-in when you fetch the data using Excel. So I'll directly take you to the Prowess database. Now this is the actual interface of Prowess, which has a URL of prowess.cmie.com. So once you log in with the same login credential, so I'll showcase how all workstation work. The first workstation is the query builder. Now, when you click on Query Builder, you can select by query trigger using company and set by name, by file. So if you have some file which contains some company information, you can directly upload that file over here. If you don't have any file, you have some set of industry you are working for. Like suppose you are working on mining industry. If you are working for some edible oil company sector, if you're doing some research on cement as a sector as industry, steel as a sector as industry, so you can visit predefined set, you can type the keyword and you can search for the company. So all industry which has 1,12,000 company segregated in two parts, non-financial and financial. So under non-financial category, you'll get all manufacturing, mining, electricity, service, construction. And on financial service, you'll get all kind of banking, investment, mutual fund category, insurance service company. And when you scroll down, you have all BSC indices in terms of market, in terms of strategy, in terms of capitalization, sector, segment. Same goes for NSE indices also. When you scroll down a bit, you'll find all listed and permitted company under BSC, under NSE, SME listed company, and MP also. You can search company by address, by PIN code, by looking at some identity indicator, by shareholding pattern ownership, by governance indicator, which is directors, their designations, their committee, their banker, their auditor, their subsidiary in the company, board meeting they have attended. So all kind of financial information. So all financial performance indicator you'll get in the financial statement query. Same goes for stock market data, product and raw material category. So these are all comes under query trigger section, which is one workstation. Second is OSC. OSC means output sheets of the company. So when we generate any query from the query builder, it will appear in a sheet called OSC. So these two is the most commonly used as a user. Now third workstation is report viewer section. So when you click report viewer section, suppose if you're looking for a company which is one company, take an example Eternal. So I'll remove this Infosys and I'll search for Eternal, which is a Zomato company, right? So it's Zomato is a brand name and Eternal is a group company name. So I'll search for Eternal and click on search. When you do a plus sign, the Eternal company will get selected in my left corner. Similarly, if I have to search for another company, I can just remove this company and call Imami and say search. So I'll select Imami Limited. I can click on search. I can search for another company also, call Honda car. So likewise, if I know 1, 2, 3 company, I can search, I can keep it in my selected company list, and one by one, I can view what is happening on different company. So suppose like Eternal, this screen will give you 100 plus tabulations, which is customized, ready-made to use. With just click, you can download the data. Now for any company, XYZ, it should be an Indian company and the operations should be in India. You'll get the data. So Eternal Limited, if I'll just click on one page profile, this will give me,
Sagar sir,
yes,
sorry to interrupt you.
yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
sir, like these students, they are having their financial management course and they are having their CSR course. So
Yes,
specifically, when you are explaining the governance attributes as well as the CSR attributes, we want them to be more focused upon because they are generating the reports on basis of these two subjects. We are focusing this training for these two subjects so that they
okay.
can have.
Hmm.
So I think sir has you have given a very nice picture about how to look for the data and everything. But specifically for those like variables or so we want you to be focused more so that
On
they
CSR.
will be using
Hmm.
CSR
Hmm.
and as well as for the financial management course.
Sure. Give me just 10 or 8 to 10
Fine.
minutes, ma'am. I'll complete 2, 3 sections, which is
Yes,
most
yes.
important while doing some research
So
because they
as
need,
sir is saying about the companies, right? So when you want to compare between two companies, right? So companies profile is very, very important, right? Companies
correct.
profiling, how the profiling, and you before that you should know the names of the companies which you want to have the comparison. So that is again is very important to address upon. So sir, you may carry on. Thank you, sir.
Yes. So I was talking about the company profile, which is one page profile, which give you clear pictures, the quick overview of company performance, how company is performing, like listed, how their company is listed, their ownership, the director, the growth in PAT, growth in sales. Without running any query, I can simply find out how the growth in sales, growth in PAT of the company is performing as well by looking at one page profile of the company. Similarly, next, very important to understand the economic activity of company. Now, nowhere in the planet, apart from Prowess, CMI does this in the even not in the annual report of the company. Company do not mention that which is their main product or the main service revenue stream coming in the company. So this we as a CMI map accordingly for every year for all the company. We call it as company classification, which I call it as economic activity of company to check whether the company has changed their main product service or the industry group. So in case of Eternal, when I look at 2016 till 2020, the company was having major revenue coming from advertising. CMI says the golden rule that the company should have more than 50% revenue coming from any X product or Y service we consider as the main product and service of that company, and we map the industry accordingly. So from 2021, the company has major revenue coming from online marketplace and company industry has changed to other marketplace. Example, you can check Samsonite Group, you can check Skoda Motor, BMW. There are lots many examples who used to change their main product services in the past. So economic activity is very important to look after. Similarly, we also provide you company background note, which is very important to give you a clear pitch about the company. So this is present for all company every year, mapping on which market as an industry in terms of sales revenue they stand in. So all detailed information are captured in the business company background note. Now, fourth is very important to understand the annual financial statement category, which is executive summary. Now, in this section, I can compare my company with my competitor, with my industry as well. So if I'll change to Honda car, and if I want to know who are the competitor in the market, I can directly visit the peer comparison and say G as growth. I can see how my competitor is performing in the industry and what is performance in to my company. So peer comparison will give me peer to understand my competitor in the market. Whereas if I look up to the standalone category section, which V stand for value. So by default, Prowess report section will give you observation for 10 years. Now, when I click on observation, I can form this to 15 years or say 7 years and reload. So R indicates as reload. So this my report can change to as per my specific observation. So I'll say 15 and say reload. So these tabulations can be converted to bar chart or line chart also. Say suppose I have total income, sales. So any in the financial year, I can just right click and say bar chart. I can minimize, I can compare this to with my total expense of the company. Minimize, I can compare with my profit after tax. So you can take accordingly whatever suits for you to compare to remove the indicator from the list. Similarly, I can have my growth year-on-year performance of the company. This is my growth year-on-year, which compute as CAG report also. And next we have IY, which is index year-on-year, making as a base year, and then to compare how my company has growth from my base year. So suppose my study is for 5 years, 6 years. So I can compare my growth for 6 years also for the company for year-on-year. And I can say like 2020 is my base year, and then this is my growth in my company for index year. Similarly, I can also check how my company is performing and how my industry is performing by looking at the industry benchmark number. After this, I can go to CSR report. So under industry benchmark, this will take some few second time to fetch the data from the server because the data is on real-time access. So Prowess gets update on 24/7, 365. Prowess gets update on a daily basis. This data will fetch from the server for my company as for 3 years, my company as Honda, and comparing my industry as passenger vehicle sector as an industry for 3 years. So if I look at 2025 for Honda, they says that Honda grow by 4.91% in terms of sales. Whereas industry has a benchmark number. Industry says that we grow by 4.07%, which means the Honda company has outperformed the industry benchmark number. Because the Honda number is higher than the industry benchmark. If the number is lower than the industry benchmark, that means the company has underperformed the industry benchmark. And if a user wants to download this section, you can click on the third option called as export as Excel CSV. Now I was talking about, now this was from the report section. There are many more report which is useful to study looking at the data. Now I'm directly coming to the first section, which is query builder section, and I'm generating some set to study my CSR report. So I'm coming to predefined set again, and let's have some short industry. Any specific industry, ma'am, from your side, any suggestion? Or I can take any company. So let me take some short company called BSE Sensex 30 company. Okay. So I'll select BSE Sensex company from predefined set. So make sure when you are visiting predefined set, your checks should be unchecked. And if you're selected BSE Sensex company, it should appear in your middle screen that selected CMI set as one BSE Sensex. Now I'll say domain as all and send to new OSC. This says from the universe of Prowess, give me a list of company who are doing their business in BSE Sensex. We know that BSE Sensex is 30 company. So all 30 company will get appear in my OSC, when I say to send to new OSC, it will go in queued, processing and output. So my output is 1, which is blinking in blue in color. So when we click on this, I'll get all 30 company list here. Now I can have this 30 company, and for CSR, I can visit financial statement query trigger. Under financial, we have average annual financial, which I was talking about, the AOC4 and MGT7 form document submitted by the company, which has 110 profit and loss and balance sheets record. So instead of using average, I'll suggest you to use the third option, which is standardized annual financial. So I'll click on standardized annual financial here, and I'll look for CSR, which comes under other disclosure note by the company. So we have disclosure note over here, CSR disclosure. So when I uncheck this section, so I can have all, when I say control and click, so it will get added my all 6 indicator which represent CSR disclosure by the company. So all financial note like average net profit for last 3 financial year of the company, CSR expenditure incurred as per the Company Act 2013. So all these 6 parameters, 6 indicator will get added, will get selected for my company. And if I'll say for 2025-03, now in the output collaboration, so we have this question mark which says how to use as a debt format. So I'm using this second option which says YYYMM format. If I'm looking for any specific year, suppose if I want for specific year 2023, I'll say 2023-03. That means 2022-23 ka financial year. Now, if I want specific for range of the period, I can use this fourth as option. Suppose I'm doing study on 5 year. So I'll say 2021-03 hyphen 2025-03. So this will give me data from 21 till 25. So I'll say 2025-03. I'll change my domain to company in current OSC, and I'll say add data to OSC. So my output destination is OSC, and execute command as add data to OSC. So for entire 30 company, I'll get this CSR report information. Or there could be another way also. If I'm looking for suppose 2-3 company and comparing how CSR is doing for both these 2-3 company. So I'll revisit to company and set and say select company by name. Let the query, I have submitted the query, it is under queued processing and the new output will generate in a while. Till then, I'll look for another 2-3 company as an example, like suppose Eternal, and say search. So I'll select Eternal from here. So when I'm searching company by select company by name, it will appear as a keyword. So you have to cherry pick your company. Suppose Eternal, I'm got selected. I can search for another company called Imami. I can say search. So when I click on Imami, it will get appear in my right column screen. Next is Maruti, Suzuki. So I'm taking 3-4 company here with 3-4 industry. So Maruti belongs to passenger vehicle, Eternal belongs to online marketplace, Imami belongs to personal care and healthcare product. Next we can say HUL, FMCG sector. So I've taken 4 company here and I'll say select domain. So when I'm using the first time that I need this 4 company in my sheets, so I'll say domain as all company and send to new OSC. So let's have my older query, which was BSE Sensex 30 company. So this is my data. Net profit for last 3 years. So for 2025, 6 indicator. Now, one way of looking the CSR report is this. The second way and let my screen is appear for two companies. So right now I have two sheets. One is represent as 16 and the other one is on 17. Now, if you're doing this kind of similar activity and if you find this two, now I'm changing my sheet to 16 and I want to work on 16. So I'll have to make sure that my 1016 should be currently active. So I'll have to say set as current sheet. So now my sheet has changed as blue in color to 16. Now I'll revisit to financial statement query and I'll say standardized annual financial here. I have selected this query. Now I'll change my destination. Destination means how you want to look at the data. So I'll change to second option, which is WS. Now this says that indicator will appear in the row column and company will attempt in the column and sub column will have the time format. Now we'll say send to new WS. Now let's see how this company looks like. Now when I'm doing this similar kind of exercise for 30 company, for 4 company, now ideal ways to look at the company in WS, which is the second option. Second option, WS. Where you'll have a list and then you can see how different company was performing. So when I remove this, I don't want this category. So I have, now look at this question. Average net profit for the last 3-year financial year is this for Adani, this for Asian Paint, for Axis Bank, Bajaj, Bajaj Finserv, Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv, Bharti Electronic. So this way is more comparable when I'm looking for CSR or any comparison, any industry, any indicator note. Similarly, we can have this CSR expenditure incurred. Now, if I want to download this for 30 company for 6 indicator, I'll say export as Excel CSV. Okay. So as a researcher, as a user, you have two options to look after. So likewise, all rupees in crore, I can delete this also and say for net profit average for Adani Group, for Asian Paint, likewise. I can freeze my column. So you can do whatever you want from the Excel and you can freeze this panel to have more detailed information on CSR activity. So CSR is something which is disclosed by the company, which is directly available in the financial indicator query triggers. Now, when you look at this 1116 number, this says that company has in rows and column wise will have company CSR activity informations. So I'll suggest to have your data in both the column also and see how you can consume your data using destination as OSC or WS. So I have done for 1 year. You can, if you're looking for 10-year data, say 2015-03 hyphen. So 10-year will be 2016. So this represent for 10 years data for CSR activity. Now, in my output sheet, currently my output is 18 out of 30 company. There are only 118, there are only 28 company who has reported CSR activity for the financial year 2025. Now, if I want to add some more indicator list in my current sheet, say suppose company address, their PIN code, their identity indicator if I'm looking for. So I can have their company establishment date, company PAN number, business description note if you want, industry group they belongs to because top 30 Sensex company in India. What are the main product and service group of the company? the ownership of the company. You can have this information by selecting as per your need and requirement. If you're looking for all stock market data like BSE listed company, NSE listed date, you can select as per your requirement. When you scroll down, you'll have all registered address of the company, head office address of the company details of the detail on website address, their office address, their register office name. So all this you can select and you can change the domain here from company in current OSC, and I'll say add data to OSC. So this was financial indicator. So this was identity indicator I have added in my list. Next, if you want some shareholding data or governance indicator data, which is important, like name of the director or managers, or their director designations by category. So I can have my board of director informations in my board. So I have selected query by director designation. So I'll select board member with control and click. So I'll select it CEO, CMD, MD, chairperson, mentor, nominee chair. So all board member of the company. To calculate the board member meeting, the board size of the company, female director, male director configurations, how many meetings they have attended, what is their salary, their director sitting fee, the bonus, uh, total remunerations, other remunerations, whether you want to classify it, whether the directors or the board member is executive, non-executive, promoter, non-promoter, independent, non-independent, you can select these informations as per your requirement or need. And say for 2025-03, change to company in current OSC. And this data will go as to WS because one company has multiple directors and multiple managers in the company. So this will appear in OSC. Instead of OSC, it will go to WS. So I say send to new WS. So this will create one another sheets which has data on all board member of the company and their selected indicator. Now there was one more indicator which is sustainability reports data. Now this data is not released by the company as a actual data, but you can visit this report viewer section. Say suppose any one company called, say suppose Eternal. So let's see this screen. So here are the directors' name information, their designation, their board meeting they have attended, their salary, their sitting fees, and it's like Adani, Gautam Adani is an executive director, he's a promoter of the company and non-independent director in the company. So this few details is available. And similarly, you have all these sheets over which represent the company list also. Now I was talking about the sustainability reports of the company. So if I talk about Eternal, under the report section, we have one called extract option, which helps you to collect all the annual report of the company as well as the extract options of the company. So the first column is the full image of annual report. But when you scroll down, you have called BSR report, business responsibility report. This one, business responsibility report of Eternal or any company. So for 2025, you'll get all this sustainability reports or ESG sector reports for the company if they are filing. So all kind of sustainability reports, which is captured in the extract options where you have to download the company extract report for BSR and then you have to look at the data for the company. Because this company data is not captures in terms of financials indicator in the financial indicator category or the stock market category. So by visiting this BSR report, So if you are looking for any one company, you can have to download this data, download this PDF and look at what the data is available for the company for sustainability. For all CSR details, the data is available. You can directly fetch the data from Prowess. So it's all kind of theoretical knowledge of environmental issues, social issue of the company, the governance issue of the company. So all kind of uh, RICS framework or KPI framework of the company is recorded in the BSR segment of the company report. Additionally, you can also have CSR corporate social responsibility report as well as the number with the discussion by the company. And third one is the management discussion analysis. So instead of reading the full annual report, you can directly download this 2-3 report which has an extract of annual report. So it will come to management discussion and BSR report. For the same company, if you're looking for any stock related informations, I can visit stock announcement section. And I can get all kind of stock announcement for all listed company. If I'm looking for Eternal, if I'm looking for Dabur, HUL, Maruti, so all kind of stock announcement will get appear here. And we also have importantly news link for the company for the specific time period. If you're looking for a study, when you scroll down, you can go back in the past also. So all kind of news archive for the company. I was doing in the report section, which is very important. I was doing executive summary. Now, this executive summary has 55 indicator, financial indicator. If I want this executive summary for all this 30 company, all this 28 company in my list. So I can even run this category also. So I can visit financial statement category. Under financial, we have standardized annual financial. Instead of using this third option, I'll use this fourth option, which has a ready-made templates available for all user. So if I'll visit financial advanced query and T as a format here. So when I click on T, I'll get this templates over here. So select as non-financial company summary and executive summary. So I can say load. So entire executive summary has been loaded. I can run for 2025-03 or I can say 2020-03 hyphen 2025-03 for 6 years. Change the company current OSC. Now I have options. Either I can choose as OSC. So I'll get company in my row list and the entire column will fill up with my indicator. Instead, I can use this WS to have my comparison to look how other companies performing using WS also. So I'll suggest you can use any of these two options to fetching the data. So my query got submitted successfully. Similarly, if you want some financial ratios indicator, you can visit the same section and under the non-financial category, when you scroll a bit, you'll find this financial ratios of the company like profitability, working cycle, net working capital. So all kind of financial informations, ratios informations will get loaded over here. So instead of searching in the financial indicator list, you have a predefined templates available for users, and you can run this data for the same accordingly, same period, and say create one new list. till this data gets appear in my list. Now I'll show you how the Excel add-in can be useful. So I'll have to open my new Excel sheet, and remember it should be 2016 and above for Prowess to fetch data from Excel. So you have to search for get add-in. So when you click get add-in over here, you have to type the word called Prowess. So if I'll say Prowess and say search, I'll get this CMI Prowess add-in for Excel. So when I click add, this will get added in my home screen over here. Can you see the CMI show Prowess task pan? So when you click this, you have to re-log in with your login credential. So let me log in here. Very useful tools. Now once you log in, it will tell you that search for a company. Now you have to type the company name. So suppose Maruti Suzuki and say search. So I'll say Maruti Suzuki India Limited. Now this will ask you for the which report if you're looking for. So I can have my any kind of report I'm looking for, like their balance sheet summary, and say rupees currency in crore. Default means 10 years. I can change my default as per my need and say submit. So my 10-year balance sheet data for Maruti Suzuki has uploaded in my Excel. Similarly, if I want some another company data or another report types, like their executive summary, same for the 10 years, I can keep on fetching the data, changing the company in my sheets and my report type using the Excel add-in. So this is very useful tools to fetch the data. Now my both the sheet is ready. Now 119 represents the executive summary of the company. So I have company in my list and all executive summary indicator for 2020, 21, 22, 23, 25. If you want to download this, just say export as Excel CSV. Similarly, for 1020, I have all liquidity working cycle, liquidity ratios of the company for 5 years. And for 2018, I have, sorry, yes, this is for CSR report. CSR spending of the company, they have spent in the last year. Now I was having one more indicator which is under product and raw material. You'll find energy consumption category or their plant location also, but energy consumption note is important. So when you click energy consumption note, and I'll select some manufacturing company. So I'll visit in predefined set, I'll uncheck my criteria and I'll select under manufacturing called food and agro-based product. I'll say food product category. So I'll select control and I'll select all company under dairy, under tea, coffee, sugar, vegetable oil, edible oil, and say send to new OSC. Second is to find out the energy consumptions for this food and agro-based company. So I'll say select indicator as all this indicator like quantity consumed as unit, energy cost and cost per unit of the energy, source of energy they have used. So Prowess has total source of energy 76. So these are the source of energy the company has used. India company. I'll say this for data for 2024-03. Select domain as company in current OSC, and this will automatically, it will go to WS destination, which is the third option, and send to new WS. So let's have a list under food and agro-based product. There are 3,764 company. Now from 3,764 company, I'll have one list which says a company has energy consumption detail information. I can also find out who are the top 10 player of my company in this sector. So let's get appear in the screen. So out of 3,000 company, there are only 126 company which has energy consumption detail information. So these are the company. Here are 126 company, AK India Limited and all this. So energy type they have used for 2024, quantity in tons, quantity consumed in unit. So they have consumed 25,000 tons of coal and energy cost was 23 crore. So they have consumed 9,310 crore as coal, electricity, high-speed diesel, agro waste. So this was the energy they have used in the plant. Now, if I want to find out of 126, which is providing energy consumption detail informations, who are the top 10 player of this market? So if I'll just filter out with the company called from revenue, say income from financial statement category and say standardized annual financial, remove this and say what is the total income should be 5,000 crore and above. So I'm giving I'm giving the starting range. I want 5,000 crore and above. So my currency is in crore. Cross verify your currency for the financial year 2024-03 and say destination at OSC. I'll say retain match. So this will knock off all those company who is not satisfying my condition, which is 5,000 crore and above. Less than 5,000 company will get disappear from my list. I will having only 5,000 and above company with my indicator. Now let's see out of 126 company, how many are satisfying my condition. So only 2 company got satisfied above 5,000 crore. Imami and Huston. The rest are below 5,000 company for the financial year 2025. Any questions till now? There is one chat. We are facing problem, okay? Problem says that no valid subscriptions. I must be aware that you are not using the college Wi-Fi. Rohit Singh, if you are using college Wi-Fi, it should not be appear. You are using your personal hotspot because you are not in the remote access facility yet now. Class कब तक है? Bear for 10 more minutes, 10-20 minutes. So till now I have done all the parts from Prowess. So for BSR, for sustainability report, say since the company is not yet publishing this kind of ESG or sustainability report, there are other factor which can be appear using the report viewer section under the extract. So all this detailed informations, as I showed before, like in the BSR report. So I'll request all of you to have this BSR business responsibility report from the company in the extract option, and you can filter out desired informations covered in the BSR segment of the company. Now for CSR, you can find out the CSR from the financial statement, which is standardized annual financial, comes under other disclosure of the company. You can also find out some miscellaneous disclosure of the company, like number of employee, number of women employee, disabled employed of the company, kind of research and development expenditures, staff welfare category, like what we call it as staff welfare and training expenses of the company, salary, wages, bonus, so compensation to employees. So all this detailed informations, like one, if you have some parameter, can be done using this. So like if you want staff welfare and training expenses of the company, what are the contributions? So with the keyword, you can search for the company like CSR. I can type CSR, I can search for CSR reports, growth of the company, number of employee, like human employee, disabled employees in the branch, in the company. Most of the company do not disclose the number of employee they have. So many of the sectors in the company, you'll not find this number of human employee, number of total employee in the company. Top player in the market, they do publish the number of employee. Since it's not a mandatory rule, so they are not disclosing this data. Almost all the listed companies appearing this data. Any further questions, any query related to predefined set under the report section query? So let me have one more very interesting from the report section. I have one segment called business segment and product category. The product manufacture. So I have product detail category. Most of us know that Eternal is a loss-making company, profit-making company. But when we look at this manufacturing product detail category, we have very clean up report from the annual report, and we have formed this product detail category for the company. If I just look at this, the income coming to a company. So Zomato, Eternal is earning royalty income is 25 crore. If I just scroll down, the major revenue comes from the service, as we all know. It's contribute almost 84% of total sales revenue for company. But more interestingly, if I just look at the fund-based financial service, their income as a interest in the company, they're earning interest. So sales of government of investment, Eternal has earned 117 crore of income just as interest. Interest income on government securities 189 crore. Interest income on bank deposit, they have earned 212 crore, and debenture or bonds as an interest they have earned 440 crore. Almost 800 crore they have earned as an interest. How much they have money they have kept in the bank deposit. Similarly, you can check for other companies also. So if you change the company name, the product detail category can be viewed accordingly. So these are the product detail category from which portion of the financial service or non-financial service the company is contributing the most. So we captured this all detailed informations. One last thing from the report section is the stock pricing data, where I'll tell you about the technical charts form indicator. So if you are looking for data for any listed company, you can fetch the data using this daily price and indicator, which give you daily opening, high, low, closing price. And on the top, you'll find this graph options called technical charts. So I'll have to select my technical charts as closing price of the company. By default, this will give me data for 1 year. So if I want to look at the data for last quarter, which is third quarter financial year, so I'll say 01/10, which is 1st October till date. So this is my closing price for last quarter. And the price is still falling. So likewise, we can have closing price, Japanese candlestick, simple moving average. So any chart facility you can appear in this screen using these technical charts. You can change the year observations. How to add sheets, like where? Which sheets?
Query sheets.
Yes.
The query sheets, the data we have fetch multiple times.
Sheet from the Excel sheet or from the OSC?
OSC.
OSC. So let me take some another sheets like from the predefined set. Let's close this. So I've reload this sheet. Now if I'm looking for the data call, as crude oil and natural gas as a sector. So I've selected crude oil and natural gas as a sector. I'll say select domain as all company, send to new OSC. So when you're creating one new sheets, you have to select domain as all company and send to new OSC. So this will create one new sheets which has the column company name which are doing their business in crude oil and natural gas. I have multiple sheets I can rename this also. Oil and gas. So I'll just rename and save this option as oil and gas. 1016 was Sensex 30 company. I can name them. So I have multiple sheets. I can keep on renaming these sheets. I can make as current sheet. The blue icon, the blue is your active sheets. So this is my oil and natural gas company list. If I want this CSR report for the current financial year, I have to visit my financial indicator, financial statement query, visit on standardized annual financial, uncheck this query and select again for CSR disclosure. For 2024-03 or say 2020-03 to 2024-03 or say 2025-03 till the current year, and say company in current OSC, add data to OSC. So this will simply add my 6-year CSR report for oil and gas company. So for 90 company, my CSR is here. Start from descending. Very few company who has disclosed their CSR for last 5-6 years. Only the listed company they have disclosed this. And more detail, you have to with like oil and natural gas company. If you click any one of this company called suppose Oil and Natural Gas Corporation India Limited, I'll just click this. this will directly take me to report section. And from report, I can see my economic activity, their business background note, other financials indicators query, their business segment, their plant location, their geographical plant product segment sales, geographical product segment sale, product manufacturing detail informations, as well as financial ratios, miscellaneous reports of the company, and the extract also. So when I click on extract, this will pop up me all the full latest annual report of the company since 1973. And if I'll scroll down, I have my extract informations. Like if I want BSR for 2024, you just have to click and this. So BRSR report is available here. So from crude oil production, company turnover contributes to 66%, natural gas production is 24%, and LPG is only 3.5%. So these are the expansion of the turnover ratio. Operation only in India. So all kind of employee detail category, you'll find it over here, male, female category, percentage of number of employee. Similarly, if you want their subsidiary of the company, who are the subsidiary of Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited company. So, so you have to just scroll down from the ownership and governance report and you'll find here called subsidiary. When you click this, so these are the subsidiary of ONGC. So Y represents as the currently this company from here. OVL Overseas IFSC Limited is from here till above is the subsidiary, current subsidiary of the company of ONGC. And the blank is either they have drop or they have exit from the subsidiary. Similar, if I have some set of company like let me search for Sensex 30 company. Yes. Now, if I want to find out all these 30 company who are the subsidiary. So I have to visit governance indicator and click on subsidiary and say all subsidiary for last year. Oh, sorry, the current financial year. And say send to new WS. So this list will give me all kind of subsidiary information. Similarly, I was in the report section. So even the ESG sector performance company is providing only in BRSR report only. So for ESG, only 7 as per of customer ESG performance. They have not disclosed the actual number of ESG sector or the sustainability. So my 30 company, like for Adani, these are the subsidiary. So Bharti Airtel. So all this subsidiary of the company. So this was from the query builder report sections query trigger, and will suggest you to use knowledge based function if you are looking for any specific indicator. And lastly, most important is to connect with the analyst team of Prowess, because every product has dedicated team of analysis which take care of all online query published by the users. So you can visit this support section and you'll find seek clarification. Click on that seek clarification option. Any kind of operational issue, you can write a mail to your library team. They will get this clarity. Second, clarification on content in the product, like any kind of formula definitions if you're looking for value of indicators or the availability of data for a company. So you can visit this section, third option, and choose any one of this data, and you can write your message here, like any kind of financial informations, financial indicator. If you're not finding the steps, so the dedicated, you can write your message, post your query, you can post your file also, and the dedicated team will get back to you, showcasing your, highlighting your steps or the corrections in the ID. So this is an online platform where you can directly connect to analyst team. So must log in with your own login credential, post your query in the Prowess C clarification section. So I think that's all from today. If you have any questions, anyone, if you please feel free to ask me any questions. I have skipped all merger acquisition capex informations. I have basically taken care of all uh, governance indicator, company address, identity indicator, and financial statement query triggers. Yes, ma'am. Any questions? Any users? I will share a PDF of economic outlook and Prowess database. It's how to do a PDF file, small PDF with 12, 13 pages of PDF to just walk you through the database, how you can start the using data. I have no doubt in prowess of data extracting using this data in any sector, any industry. Okay, no questions? Thank you. Thank you for the patience. Thank you for the time.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time and sharing such a comprehensive understanding in CMIE and Prowess data insights. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to Amity Business School, the Center of Financial Analytics, Amity University, Haryana, for organizing this wonderful, informative workshop. Thank you once again, everyone, and sir, for your active participation.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Monica ma'am, for organizing this session. I hope the session was useful. Please start using the data. If any one of you are facing problem with accessing the data, you must check your internet access. It should be your college Wi-Fi address. And if you want remote access facility, you can write a mail to ma'am, Monica ma'am. Make a list of all username which you have created as your username, which you have received in the email. Username and email ID in your Excel sheet, and mail it to us. We'll provide you the remote access. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, guys. Yes, ma'am. Any question, ma'am?
Thank you so much, sir. I think it's a time to wind up. So, sir, Sagar sir, we will be keep troubling you. Right? Yeah. So as soon as we get the doubts, we will be keeping troubling
Sure,
you.
sure, ma'am. Sure.
Hello. Thank you so much.
Most welcome, ma'am.